So y'all saw my review for Three Tough Guys, right? Well, I forgot to mention one key detail. The movie was produced by Dino De Laurentiis, the same dude who eventually produced the Kong duology over the next 12 years. But anyway, moving on to Isaac Hayes' second movie, Truck Turner, also released in 1974. It is pretty good, even better than Three Tough Guys, I'd say. So a dude named Mac Truck Turner, played by Isaac Hayes, gets a phone call from his friend, Jerry Barnes, played by Alan Weeks, who is also in Black Belt Jones. Together, they go to a military base where they fight a sex offender. Yeah. After Chuck and Jerry drop the sex offender at the jail, Chuck goes to visit his girlfriend, Annie, played by Annette Chase, who is also in the Mac. Damn, this is like a big crossover of some sort. After this, Chuck and Jerry go to meet a dude named Nate Dinwiddle, played by Sam Laws, who then refers him to a dude named Fogarty, played by Dick Miller, who's after a pimp named Gator. Both of them charge $1,000 each, but unfortunately, he doesn't want to do with that. Unfortunately, no one else is going after him, so he reluctantly accepts. After this, the two meet up with Gator's head bitch, Dorinda, played by Nichelle Nichols, who really hams it up here. Any Star Trek fans, anyone? Anyway, time for the big car chase in the movie, where they eventually counter Gator at a nearby bar, where he sends out all of the patrons to attack Chuck and Jerry, but everything gets resolved shortly after. Mostly, anyway. After this, Chuck goes to meet with a friend named Duke, played briefly but memorably here by Scatman Crothers, who basically tells him everything he needs to know about Gator, including where he lives. With this new knowledge acquired, Jerry and Chuck go out to Gator's hideout and shoot him in the chest. Unfortunately, one of his prostitutes stabs Jerry in the shoulder, but Chuck quickly takes care of her with a tight slap to the face. Wow, he can be more savage than Dolomite at times. Truck goes to pick up Annie from the jail, and after delivering a really corny joke,
could have brought me some flowers.
I got some beer.
Get out!
Takes her home, and they get to some sweet loving. Oh yeah.
Get out!
Later, at Gator's funeral, a pimp named Harvard Blue, played by Yaphet Kotto, savagely spits on his grave. However, Dorinda is kind of stuck with him because he's the only one to take up Dorinda's offer of having all of her girls when he kills Truck. And so, Blue sends out all of his goons, to disastrous results. After basically a reinforcement of the deal between Blue and Dorinda, we see Truck in bed having partied a little too hard that night. Just then, Nate calls him, who is really being forced to after the goons savagely beat him up. Truck sends Jerry over, but let's just say he doesn't make it out alive. The next day, Truck visits Nate at the hospital and gives him Jerry's old gun for protection. After this, they go home and see their pet cat Francis hanged. Respect to Francis, bros. Anyway, Chuck takes Annie shopping to cheer her up, but then frames her for shoplifting. Later that day, Chuck goes to visit Nate again, while all of a sudden, Blue and his goons shoot up the place. Chuck chases Blue throughout the hospital, fatally shooting him in the back at the front doorstep. The next minute and a half or so is basically Blue staggering to his car in intense agony while Chuck follows him. Truck kills Dorinda shortly after and picks up Annie from jail, who's obviously not too happy about it. But eventually, he manages to convince her after another cat, and they drive away from LA for good. Overall, it's just balls-to-walls action and some really good acting. Overall, I give this movie a 9 out of 10.